Okay, I've finished skirting Ralphie. I want it to be Raphael because there's a Galileo, Leonardo. Maybe those are some other Rams. But looking good. I just got a photo of this side, the top side. Now I'm gonna flip it and get the underside, and I wanted to show you how I flip it. I'll go on the other side of the table for the best view. Is it a close enough lens? There's a lot of stuff flying around in the air. Here's all the scraps. It's quite a bit, but there's still quite a bit of fleece here too, and so is the nature of it. I'm gonna get carried away. I'm calling it. We're at 3 hours. 3 hours of skirting. It's kind of in two pieces. It felt like it kind of came apart as I took it out of the bag, or maybe it already was apart from the shearing. But I think I aligned it in the way it is. So here's his back, here's his neck, there would be the tail. Underside is all this beautiful curly stuff, so I think that's his belly. So I wanted to try to, it separates in the middle easily is what I'm saying, but let's see what I can do. I think I just want to scrunch, flip, and unscrunch. Scrunch. Okay, big flip. Oh gosh. Okay, okay. Not bad. It's awkward. It'll work. That's how you do it. That's how you flip a fleece. A raw fleece. I don't know if merino type of shorter wool would be easier. I think it kind of is. I think those shorter fiber sheep, the fleece just like wants to, you could just wear it basically. Whereas these long fibers, man, there's so much stuff that still flops out of here just from the shaking. But these long, I don't know, a couple weekends ago I went out and helped with a shearing on sheep that were of a merino type. And those fleeces, man, you could just pick them right up off the ground, carry them all floppy, and they didn't break apart at all. Whereas these long fibers, they still have fibers that want to hold them together, but just not as readily, it feels like. The curls, or the merino had almost like a zigzag, short little zigzags, made it that nice tight fleece. Whereas this is longer, long, curly, beautiful curls. We're brothers. All right, Ralphie. Looking good. Looking good. I'm just gonna do a little primping and get it ready for the underside photo. And that's what she wrote for this one. I think a 3 hour skirting should make the farmer a little happier. I took 5 hours on the last one and was super not decisive. There was a word in my head that won't come to me now. You know, I was very strict, let's say, with what I chose to discard or not. And it ended up being too small of a fleece to be worth a $50 skirting, which I totally understand. So I'm gonna try to make a compromise and say, well, here's what I can do with my cool light table and the third time skirting a fleece. with an hour of her instruction at the very beginning. So you do what you can. You do what you can, do the best you can. And, $10 an hour, it's a little bit below minimum wage. It's easy work, you could say, but it's also, I can't be expected to be an expert or even super proficient at such an hourly rate, I would say. Because it does take your full attention. It's not like, there are things you could get paid $10 an hour to do that you could probably like watch television. What is this, 1990? You could watch TikTok and do them and be present or something. Maybe they just need a human being to be there and every once in a while do something like I don't know. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, so I won't, but $10 an hour for something like that, sure. And yes, I'm getting to listen to a fantastic audiobook, and that can occupy most of my mind, while my hands and the part of my mind that maybe works to decide, hey, pick that out, or it's almost robotic. It's a good combo, an audiobook and a fleece to skirt. I'll tell you what, because I feel like it just makes me fully present for the words being told to me. And I'm listening to Brene Brown's Atlas of the Heart for the second time. I kind of started near the first third of the book, like chapter 3, because I just wanted to hear that chapter again, and then I just kept going because it's so dang good. Probably going to get 3 listens into that book before I move on to a different audiobook. Now, see, I'm finding seconds. Look at that. That's a whole chunk of seconds. It's just somehow got cut twice, so to speak. And that doesn't work very well for fiber artists. So, one last primp, one last look over. And he's looking. His fleece, this isn't a living creature anymore, but it was the hair of a living creature. And then it's been in a bag for a year. Now we bring it and make it usable for someone to make, whatever they want. Whatever their heart desires, I'd love to see. This is a cool material. Evolved by Mother Nature and humans. Very much human impact on the creation and the, what you have here. And that's what I love. I studied mechanical engineering, and I'm just more and more impressed by actually the technology and the systems that evolution developed, that nature developed, and then early humans took and adapted to their needs, working with nature to create technologies that are just profoundly efficient, is I guess my summary of kind of what I see. I think a lot of our machinery that we've created, and like as a mechanical engineer that I studied, kind of industrial machinery, lacks an efficiency and a form, but I see that happening more. I don't know. Fiber engineering, material science is getting to the point of working with nature, creating, strong materials from growing fungi, and it's sweet. I'm ranting a little. Positive rant. See, ranting can be used positively. It's not always a negative. I got in trouble for that once. All right, peace.